know that what the first time thing that comes to my mind when people ask me about going independent, because I've been independent like for almost 16 years, is that I ask them, could they generate motivation for themselves? It needs to be inherent in like in what you do. And if you expect it to come from someone or somewhere else, it will never come. You need to really generate this energy within you, and just to have the energy to have a plan and to execute the plan. Each day you need to execute a plan, and you don't have someone telling you, like, today you're going to do that, next week you're going to do that. Like, you need to be your own boss in that sense, and generate this.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I mean, having a sense of, as you call it, intrinsic motivation, where you are working towards your own goals. You have a vision of what you want this venture, whether it's a side gig or whether you're working full time in the gig economy. You have a vision of what you want that to look like and how that needs to happen. So agreed. It's important that that comes from within, because nobody's going to tell you that. You don't have a boss anymore.
Yeah, and you have no one to really define you, right? You could define yourself. Like, who would say that they on your business cards, who would decide what's written on them? It's not like a boss telling you will get this office, this salary, this position. It's not a cube that you fill in. It's something that you need to build and to create yourself, which is sometimes hard. Like, I guess that Uber drivers don't think about it that much, but if we elaborate that into being a business owner or independent, I guess it comes to mind just to say, like, what do I want to be actually?
Yes. And I think for anybody who is thinking about making the transition away from full-time work into the gig economy, just having a really clear idea about why you're doing that and what you hope to achieve. I mean, for some people, it can be really as simple as, I want to do something on the side, either to generate additional income or experiment with starting my own business and see if that works while I still have this full-time situation. It lowers the risk. Or it could be, pursuing a passion project and really trying to understand if that's something that has legs that you can form a business around. So I think the clearer you are about what you're trying to do, what your goal is, what your vision is, the easier it is. So doing that work ahead of time to really think about your motivations, to think about your objectives, that's good work to do before you actually make the leap.
Yeah. So what would you say is the biggest advantage of developing a career as an independent worker?
I think the biggest advantage is the autonomy, right? So you can decide how much you want to work. You can decide what type of work. You can have a mix of work. It doesn't have to be just one type. And you can build a professional life that works for your personal life. I think, that's more holistically integrated with your life. I think those are the biggest advantages. And I think really on the financial side in particular, because when you work in a full-time job, your salary, which somebody else gives you, is the cap. That's what you earn. When you work independently, you can, and I've done numerous interviews with independent workers, and I've really seen the whole range. I've seen independent workers who say, you know what, I'm willing to take less money in order for more time off because I have other things going on in my life that are important and that take up my time right now. And I've equally seen independent workers who say, I'm at a phase in my life where I just want to work all the time and earn as much as I can, right? That's what it's about for me. And I think working independently allows you to select where you are on that spectrum for that time in your life. And also, it's not a permanent choice. It might look different next year. So there's that flexibility to decide what's important to you at any given time, I think is really powerful.
Yeah, I totally